Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, tonight, this content I am amped to bring you. This is an incredible one to share, pass around, because we are making moves. All year long, we've been talking about how the Democrats, even though they have all the power, they're struggling to accomplish what they want to accomplish. And we are gaining ground in the face of great adversity. And tonight's video is even more in that direction. And I am so amped to bring it to you. A federal court judge, actually a panel of court judges in the Fourth Circuit, has decided that it is unconstitutional to restrict 18 to 20-year-olds from buying handguns, a constitutional right when they become an adult, 18. Now, this only affects 5 different states, and we're going to talk about all this in depth in a second, but I want to say something that's crucially important. If there is nothing that you hear me say tonight other than this is the piece that's important. You, as an individual and American citizen, have more power, and we collectively, going in the same direction, have incredible power, more so than we think we do. This law is 56 years old. It was challenged by a 19 and a 20-year-old. It's now worked its way up to the U.S. Circuit Court, the Fourth Circuit. This is a big deal, and in my personal opinion, it's going straight to the Supreme Court. It's going to be right there with the New York pistol case, concealed carry pistol case, the AR ban, the mag ban, and the Chicago FOID thing, which is a little less known. But my point is, this all started from a single spark, and amazing things can come from just individual people, and you never know your influence. That's crucial. That's why we call our senators. That's why we leave comments on ATF pistol ban braces. All of these things, every single thing you do has a momentous impact, even if you don't see it immediately. Run for Congress. Run for senator. Run for anything you want. Make a difference. Run for city council, for all I care. But get yourself out there and impact the future of your country, your city, and your state, because this is not going away. And you and I, the Patriots side of this argument, need to show great courage, and we can do it. And I know I'm doing it with you, and let's get into this, guys, because this is some great stuff, okay? That's my little disclaimer. So, here we go. In Washington, a federal appeals court said Tuesday that federal laws that bar the sale of handguns to young adults under the age of 21 are unconstitutional under the Second Amendment. Completely agree, because the Second Amendment does not say the right to keep and bear arms except for 18 to 20-year-olds only when you're 21. An arbitrary number. Interesting how that works. Federal court's backing it up. Let's keep going with what they're saying. In a 2-to-1 decision by a 3-judge panel of the 4th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, the court found that 18-year-olds possess the constitutional right to keep and bear arms, and said the restrictions at issue in the legal battle amount to a total ban on buying a handgun from licensed firearm dealer for those under the age of 21, which it absolutely does. This is a spot-on decision. Looking through this historical lens to the text and structure of the Constitution reveals that 18 to 20-year-olds have Second Amendment rights. Virtually every other constitutional right applies, whatever the age. And the Second Amendment is no different, the court said in this decision. And this is the quote from the actual decision. Despite the weighty interest in reducing crime and violence, we refuse to relegate either the Second Amendment or 18 to 20-year-olds to a second-class status, Judge Julius Richardson, appointed by former President Donald Trump, wrote for the 2-judge majority, and he's dead on. You can't say this group of people can enjoy their rights, but this group of people can't. It's discrimination on its face, and that is what's happening, guys. This was started by a 19 and a 20-year-old. Look where it's at now. This is important. Tuesday's ruling applies only to 5 states in the Fourth Circuit: Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, North, and South Carolina. Pretty soon coming to a state near you, because this one's going to go to the Supreme Court if it gets overturned. Now, one thing that we talk about continuously on this channel is not only do we see what the far left gun controllers do and what they angle towards and what their actions are, but we also analyze the words that they use and how they approach it, and this is no different. Check out what the left is saying about this ruling, and contrast it specifically to their reaction to the AR ban. Okay, the AR ban was high emotion, high frequency freak out. Listen to what the Justice Department, under an activist AG, Merrick Garland, said. The Justice Department said in a statement that we respectfully disagree with the court's decision and are considering our options. Does that sound like the normal left that we're used to hearing about around gun control? No. It's all extreme cases. It's all flamboyant and throwing hands everywhere. This is very measured. It's because they're not going to sit there and argue, no, 18 to 20-year-olds can't enjoy this right, which is perfectly legal, but 21 and up can. How are you gonna frame that in a way that makes sense? But anyway, here's the dissenting argument from the judge on the same panel. This was the other guy, the leftist judge. The Second Amendment is exceptional not because it is uniquely oppressed or imperiled, but rather because it is singularly capable of causing harm when rode. Interesting. The Second Amendment is exceptional. Well, I think it is exceptional. But in this case, he's talking about it's an exception to the rule of rights that are given in the Bill of Rights because clearly it can cause harm to others. Hey, quick time machine jump back. Beginning of this year, wasn't there something that is because someone said something, it led to violence and speech is violence, and that equates? Ringing any bells? Just saying. All right. Now, let's keep on trucking. And this is where the far left gun control groups come into it. Groups advocating for stricter gun laws criticized the decision by the Fourth Circuit panel. Eric Tershwell, the managing director for Everytown Law, the litigation arm for Everytown for Gun Safety Support Fund, that's Everytown USA Gun Control, called the opinion an extreme outlier and predicted the full court will reverse its ruling, which it fully may. So basically where we're at, guys, is they either reverse the ruling, it gets appealed, it goes higher courts, which we're heading real close to the Supreme Court, or it stands as is, and these 5 states now can sell guns to 18 to 20-year-olds, but why can't the other states? Supreme Court again. This is heading that direction, and we are making moves, so don't you doubt that we're making moves, even though it looks really scary out there. We got raincoats, guys, even though it's raining. All right. So now, let's jump into something else this guy said. Not only has this same law previously been upheld, other courts have upheld stronger minimum age laws, he said in a statement. It's truly troubling that the court's majority departed from this clear consensus, particularly given the strong historical support for minimum age restrictions and social science research showing that a disproportionate share of gun violence is carried out by young people. We don't want to discriminate against 18 to 20-year-olds. We just think that they shouldn't be able to use their rights because they have sociological inability to handle stress, and so they're more likely to create violence, but we don't want to discriminate against their rights. We just want to single them out and not let them have things, but not their rights. You see my point? Like, we don't discriminate against anybody with gun rights, but you can't have it because you're this age group. And that is the big point here, guys. This is moving forward, and that case has no standing, and they are going to be in trouble because they're not freaking out in the same way they did with the AR ban when they knew it was going to get overturned again. This one, they're actually a little more reserved in their speech because they know that they cannot have an argument that says, no, 18 to 20-year-olds don't need rights because science says they don't. They're in trouble, guys, and keep piling on. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and as always, I'm Braden. Thanks for stopping by.